Welcome to Dark Knight Films Review's Comedy and Drama Night. Tonight's review is True Grit.
Now, this 1970 Western classic was the one that netted John Wayne an Academy Award for Best Actor. And quite well deserved, because he put a lot into this part. Most of John Wayne's previous roles before this one, which was a long line of movies from, all the way from the 30s all the way to 70s, was basically just John Wayne being John Wayne. He wasn't, really putting himself in there and playing a distinct style character. But with Rooster Cogburn in this film, he basically captured a completely different style of character. And it was something different for John Wayne to have done that. And I don't understand why he didn't do it before. I mean, not that any of his performances prior to True Grit was bad. It's just basically always John Wayne being John Wayne in most of those roles. So none of those roles are really distinct. So I think that's one excuse why the Academy probably could say that they were not giving him his due earlier, which there were a lot of performances earlier in his career that I think John Wayne deserved an Academy Award, at least nomination, prior to this one. But this was more like a Lifetime Achievement Award instead of actually giving him his due for an actual performance, even though he deserved it for this performance, as I said. Now, supporting him on this film is Glen Campbell. And Glen Campbell wasn't the first person that they were wanting to play this part. First person that they were wanting to play this part was Elvis Presley. And that would have been epic to get to see John Wayne working with Elvis Presley. It didn't happen because the Colonel didn't want Elvis to play in a film where he wasn't doing songs, and he wasn't going to allow John Wayne to get top billing over Elvis. Such a shame. Would have been great to have saw that. And Glen Campbell is not bad in this film, but you can tell he wasn't really comfortable with acting. He doesn't give a bad performance, as I said, but it's just not up to snuff with what John Wayne does as Rooster Cogburn. Like I said, this is one of those roles where John Wayne really stepped it up and played something totally different. This guy is a character, and he really puts himself into that. And then you have our main villain, which is Robert frickin' Duvall. Now, he does, even though he's younger in this, and this is one of his early roles, you see why he was going to be a future star in films, because he is excellent as Ned in this. He is just absolutely masterful. And even though he only gets a few scenes, in this film, people forget that. And he still made that character so memorable. And then you have a small role for a first time in a major film at least, from a future other star with Dennis Hopper in here as well. Now, he plays a fairly small role in this, but and he didn't get a chance to really show that he's going to be a future big star, because his character he was playing was this weak cowboy that gets bullied a bit by Rooster in this sequence. But I think the weak point of this film, unfortunately, is Kim Darby. Her character is quite insufferable and is quite annoying. Such a shame, because John Wayne put so much into this. God, if he could have been working alongside Elvis Presley in this, and Elvis would have been putting in as much effort as John Wayne did, man, and if they would have gotten much more talented young actress than Kim Darby, because I'm not really impressed with her acting. And I don't think she did that well later in life when she returned to play in Halloween 6 in a role in that film. She I just never was impressed with her. She's always been just, wooden, and when she tries to play emotion, she tries to play it too over the top, and it makes her annoying and bland and wooden as the character. So unfortunately, she is the weak point of this film, and she does bring down quite a few scenes because of her acting. But Rooster is so damn good, and as is Ned. I mean, you have a villain and a hero. I use the term hero lightly because Rooster is very, very crazy as a character in a lot of respects. So he's not a typical good guy John Wayne figure. But yeah, it's those two basically put this film on a different stratosphere. Glen Campbell, like I said, doesn't hurt it, but yes, Kim Darby does. So, with that being said, my final review for True Grit from 1970. I am going to give this film a 9.0 out of 10. This could have been a 10 out of 10 had they just stuck with their guns and the Colonel wouldn't have interfered, and they would have been able to get Elvis in here and got a different actress to play the lead female instead of Kim Darby. So, but what do you think of True Grit? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video goes up, it will go up for all Plus members prior to it going up on the schedule for all other subscribers. So if you want to get interactive and help me to get more movies, TV series, or ranking videos on this channel, become a Plus member. Well, that's the end of another Comedy and Drama Night. If you missed last week's Comedy and Drama Night, check out the link above. Or if you missed any of the videos during Comedy and Drama Night, check out this playlist and get caught up on anything you've missed.